G'day everyone, we're back in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. We're here about to speak to Father Prokop about Yaka, one of the girls that was murdered. However, I've just had an idea. Well, not a mistake, an oversight. So, we need to clean up because our shield's covered in blood and we're a bit gory.
God grant you help.
So, let's just do a quick wash here.
I'm thinking of buying a rowboat or maybe a punt.
What do you want a boat for?
So I don't drown in all this shit here.
Good call,
Last
buddy.
time it rained for a week straight.
So I had a thought between episodes. It's been a few days since I recorded the last one. Ooh, apples. Homeless guy. I had a thought. I thought, and it's a dangerous thing when I start thinking, that we needed to do this a little more strategically. In that, even before we talked to Drunky McDrunkerson, should have gone and made some fox potion and increased our speech so that we can so what we're gonna do, we found sharpening wheel and a smithy. Nice. Yeah, we need to go back to the Black Horse. Is that we got a? What are we doing there? Go to Runtard Palace. No, we want to go to the pub. We need to find one that's got a bed, one of our beds. This place is confusing. I need to. Because I need to find my forever chest. Drink stand, where are we? Alright, let's check out the Black Horse. Hopefully there's alehouse maid, townswoman, alehouse maid.
I'll be with you, neighbour.
Greetings.
Looks private-ish. Innkeeper Wayman. Hey, Wayman. What's
new in town?
My Mara Vlach would certainly appreciate a helping hand. He's a mine gaffer, and I reckon he might have an interesting offer for you. You can find him every evening drinking in the tavern here. Oh, and the sword-fighting master Nicholas from Radicwater complained that he was having some trouble. I hear some sword fighters came here from Frankfurt. They're stirring up trouble. Anyway, just go to Merchant Street. That's where they hang around. But be careful you don't get chopped up. And that's about it.
Sounds interesting. Thanks, innkeeper.
Okay, so this inn doesn't have possibility of a forever chest. Okay. That kind of sucks. So, how do we get to one of our forever chests? That means we have to get to here. Is there a fast travel anywhere near that? Yes. We need to have a feed. So,
A bustling day with the strongest watches from
just going to catch up with Kat. You-
It's filthy
coming
again.
right up.
Damn it.
Christ, pardon me.
Yes, you're pardoned. That's downstairs.
Whatever.
Storm clouds then. There. It looks better already.
An ordinary white
Chug. Let's chug some of that.
Your hair, eyes, mouth. It was the spitting image of it.
Should get us up to good level. Good. Alright. Us.
I saw your light.
Beautimus. Forever chest.
Really?
Okay, food. Do we have any fox potion? We do have one.
That's half of ours, baby.
Cool. Let's grab that.
And you
Any other fox? Strong bane. That's poison. Bowman's brew. Which is strength? Not strength. I want charisma. Is charisma? I want the lion. I'm out of lion perfume, it would seem.
Service is kind of slow today.
Let's grab 5 of those. Grab a couple more of those. Okay. So we need to craft some lion perfume, which is sage and mint, and we want to craft some Henry's. So nettle, St. John's wort, belladonna, and charcoal. Okay.
It was nothing. Just a white coal. Aye.
Charcoal. Let's grab.
But women are made of stronger stuff.
Let's grab 10.
Feel free.
Uh,
You're no longer in mortal danger.
Yes, now we want dried mint. Nettle, St. John's wort. Okay, so we need St. John's wort and sage. Materials. Sage. And St. John's wort. Okay, so we should have everything we want to make hair of the dog, which is not what we want. Nettle. Lion. Okay, let's grab some nettle. Where's our dried nettle? Okay, so that should be everything for fox. Here's 1, 1, and 1. Good. Lions 2 and 2. Perfect. Alright. There's cat. No, cat's not lurking around up here. She is. Hey, cat.
I've been to see Alice.
And? What did you find out?
Well, you're safe.
You were right. Somebody horribly mutilated her.
How bad was it?
First, somebody strangled her, and then used something sharp to disembowel her and cut off her lady bits.
Good God! Why would somebody do that? Do you think it was a warning?
Probably. But I don't know for whom.
What do you mean?
If somebody killed her and butchered her like that for tattling, then you'd think her tongue would be cut out or something, right?
That's true.
Except her tongue was there. Untouched.
So you don't think they killed her because of me?
I don't think it was because of you. I talked to Lumiere.
With whom?
Well, young maidservants have been getting murdered for some time now. And a certain Lumiere took an interest and tried to track down the killer.
Unsuccessfully, I reckon.
Why? But I learned a lot from him.
Does he at least suspect someone?
He suggested I investigate some of the murders myself. that I might find something new.
What sort of man is he? Can we trust him?
You mean if he killed those girls himself? I don't think so. He was laid off because of it. He was actually lucky I found him. Otherwise, he probably would have drunk himself to death.
You know what? I'll go and see him too. Maybe I can get something out of him that he didn't want to tell you.
So you want to play a good old game of bad knight and fair lady?
Well, you're laughing now, but you'd be surprised at how well it works.
Did you learn anything new about Alice's murder?
No, unfortunately. But I've been quite careful with my questioning. I don't want to drag anyone else into this.
All right, good one, Kat. All right, let's get back to business.
Did you hear? The Dirk Stallion is shagging Naz's old woman.
Oh,
You know it, then so does half the town.
you know it, and knows half the town. Very true. All right, so we want to go back here now.
Yes? What is this about?
Your immortal soul. I'd like to discuss it with you.
Who was it, this vlog?
Greetings to you.
Who was talking to me? Yeah, bygones. Onward. Probably someone else trying to rob my ass. Why is everyone walking around... Half the people walking around this town look like they're walking around absolutely potted. Seriously, they all look like they're walking around absolutely stonked. And it's like... It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Is it Friday? Everyone's out for Friday lunch. Long lunch Fridays, baby. Get around them. Sorry. Okay.
God bless.
I mean, I could probably just buy the stuff off this guy. But... What do we got here? Useful. I don't want to pinch anything. I do want to start aware of alchemy. Okay, so let's read. So we want to make items, fox. Okay. You will need a handful of belladonna, 1 of St. John's wort, 1 nettle and 1 charcoal. Grind the St. John's wort and nettle. Okay. Add them to the cauldron and boil for 2 turns. Grind the charcoal, add the belladonna and boil for 1 turn, finally pour. And we are using triangle. So triangle is ooh. Crafting. So we're going to start with oil. Okay, so this has turned out to be a slightly more involved day than I planned. The straightforward chatting to the priest, but I think this is a good idea. So we want oil. Get in. Get in. Alright. So St. John's wort and nettle. So we want dried St. John's wort, dried nettle, grind that bad boy, add them to the cauldron, boil for 2 turns. Okay. Drop that in. Eudemus. Okay. Move that down. We're just going to do 1 batch of each. Turn. Turning, 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 turning. Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of Henry's life. Alright, get ready to move that up. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Why is that not... Oh, because charcoal goes down here. Dunk that in there. Grind the charcoal and add to the cauldron. Add the belladonna and boil for 1 turn. Okay. Boom. Bella. Get in there. Down you go. Turn that bad boy around. So this should get us Henry's fox. Well, hopefully Henry's fox. I'm concerned because I'm using pretty shagged out. I'm using pretty shagged out ingredients, so we might have overdone our limit of mistakes. Quote-unquote mistakes, because they're not really mistakes, but yeah, you know what I mean. So let's see if we get Henry. Yes, we got Henry Fox. Beautiful.
Next time I should use fresh herbs.
No. Well, if I get Henry, I don't need to. So the next one we're going to do is Lion. Lion perfume. You will need spirits, 2 handfuls of sage and 2 mint. Add the sage, boil for 2 turns, grind the mint. Okay. So, is Spiritus Sanctis. Alright. So, add the sage to the cauldron and boil for 2 turns. Okay. Sage. And it's 2 handfuls of sage, 2 of mint. Alright. 1. 2. Boil for 2 turns. While we're doing that, mint. Okay, turn that. Ready to move this up. Okay. Grind the mint and add it to the cauldron and pour. Beautiful. Drop it in. Okay, file me, please. And Henry's Lion. Beautiful. All right. Let us return to... Alright, let us return to the priest. Actually, is there... No, we're too far away from the paths. Well, where's our... Hang on. Come on. Hang on, the priest's coming this way. Hang on, where's the priest? Why does it look like the priest is in here?
Sir, bring me some wine. Certainly.
Father Prokop, you came to see us. Even better. Alright, food. Let's chug. Let's do a Henry's Fox. And hold on, where's my... Where's the lion perfume? Other. Maybe. Strong lion perfume? Other. Henry lion perfume. Beautiful. Okay. Right.
Good day to you. What brings you here?
Father, I need to ask you a few questions.
I don't have time for theological discussions, my son.
That's not why I'm here. My name's Henry, and I wanted to ask about the murder that happened recently. Someone killed and gutted a young maidservant and left her body lying by the city walls. And I hear it's not the first time this has happened.
Another one murdered. May the Lord grant her eternal rest. Why is it you ask?
I fear for my sister. She's also a maid.
Yes. Fear for those close to you is commendable. What would you like to hear?
One of the other victims was a girl named Yarka.
Should have done it.
I reckon you know that, don't you? What can you tell me about her?
About Yarka? She was an ordinary girl. She served the von Groll family.
Where did you know Yarka from?
I knew her since she was a little girl. Knew her family.
And?
I was her uncle.
I should get going.
When my brother and his wife died, I took care of her.
Who do you think killed her?
William, that pig of Satan. He gambles in the tavern on All Saints' Day and leads the locals astray. Yarka always went there to listen to music.
Why do you think it was William? Do you have any evidence?
Evidence? He's a skirt chaser.
Who needs evidence?
A tool of Satan.
Evidence
he
for
messes
the
with poor girls' heads.
Courts and...
And does anyone else come to mind? No other man spoke with her?
No. Absolutely not.
You raised her? A priest with a child?
Yes. Unfortunately, I'm not the first of the clergy to have a child on the side. But at least everyone knew Yarka wasn't my own daughter.
How does that even work? Did you have her with you at the presbytery?
When she was small, I could. But when she grew up, she had to go. It wouldn't look right.
Okay, we'll come back to that.
Why don't you respect Lumir?
That's my business. You needn't concern yourself
Well,
about that.
I do need to concern
I won't tell you anything.
All dust you will.
Come now, Father. I'm not just asking out of curiosity. This is about all the dead girls. Isn't it written in Scripture, speak up for those who have no voice?
A layman quotes the Bible to me. Fine. Lumir accused me of her murder.
What?
Well,
Yes.
I still have you in the frame for
He
it too, buddy.
slandered me in public.
Like you slandered William just now.
What happened then?
It turned out he was deranged. How could he even think such a thing? He's finished in Kuttenberg.
No offense, but how did you know what to do? Without a wife, without a family? I would have been lost.
I was a bit, when she was smaller, it was fine, but when she grew up a bit, maybe I was too hard on her.
Why do you think you were too hard on her?
All right, looks like...
Yarko was an orphan, with no family and no possessions. Her only chance of a good life was a good upbringing. And then, a husband. But the more I led her in that direction, the more she resisted me.
How did she rebel against you?
She wouldn't listen. She ran away. She ran around with all sorts. And how did it turn out? She died. And in sin. Such a disgrace.
Disgrace? What the devil are you talking about?
She was pregnant! Even if she had lived, what then? Nobody would want to marry her anymore.
You're well off, though. Couldn't you provide for her?
I couldn't. Even if she had been my very own. More so, since she was my brother's.
But how come?
The church's property always remains the church's. They keep a close eye on that.
I've heard enough, Father. I'll be going.
Son?
I like this guy for... I at least like this guy for Yarka, I can tell you that.
Don't listen to Lumiere. That man has gone completely mad.
He's gutting pregnant maids. I like this guy, I can tell you that now. I genuinely like the priest for this. Alright. Let's get moving. We're all potioned up, which is good. Yeah, Mutsky. Super Mutt. Super Mutt. Super Mutt. Barks as loud as a Super Mutt does. Sorry. Bygones.
On God's earth, men's cruelty and wickedness. You may say that God created Adam and all men in his image, so they can't be all that bad.
Like you.
But that's just what they want you to think.
That guy's fixing to get one upside the toboggan.
On the surface of the pond? Or was it in the sky?
Where are we going? We're going all the way down to... Oh yeah, we're going all the way... All the way down to...
What are you roaming around here for?
I'm not doing anything. You're doing a great job keeping watch.
You'd better believe it.
So, what are we doing? We're going up one and left. Right. The other left. The right-sided left. What do we got here? Ooh. Alright, let's try F. Hey, Nux. I don't particularly want to rob someone called Knuckles.
Greetings. He fucked me over. Again? He's supposed to be a bloody sawbones, for fuck's sake.
Language, gentlemen. Innkeeper Mall.
What do you need, sir?
Did Estanya work here?
Stanya? Maybe. It depends on who's asking.
My name's Henry.
Names don't interest me. The main thing is whether it's a good guest or a bad guest asking. What kind of guest are you, Henry?
I'm a good guest.
I'm a good guest.
Really? Let's see. Do you know how to recognize a good guest?
By the fact he spends a lot of coin?
Aye. I like talking to them kind of guests. A lot. So, what'll it be, my good man?
What if I simply paid you, and you tell me what I want to know?
Ask away.
I want to know if Stanya worked here.
She did. And she don't know more. What's it to you?
I heard she disappeared without a trace. So I'm trying to find out if anyone had anything to do with it.
It's possible. The chamber she was sleeping in here was totally ransacked. The door open. Everything emptied out. And Stanya was gone. All I found were bloody footprints.
Tell me something else.
First, you'll have another beer. Or is it time to pay?
What?
If you want to ask, you have to drink. Didn't you get that?
You're quite the extortionist.
I prefer to be called an enterprising man of trade. So, what'll it be?
I don't want to pay you any more. I think you could answer my questions directly and not always try to wheedle money out of me. That makes it look like you might have some motive for keeping me from finding out anything about that murder.
Nonsense. How could you think that? Come on. Ask me anything you want.
Did anybody see what actually happened when Stanya disappeared?
No, it was at night. Nobody saw or heard anything. The tavern tends to be empty at that hour. And you won't meet many people on the street, neither.
What was Stanya like? What can you tell me about her?
A bold woman. One has to be here. Everyone's ballsy here unless you nib it in the bud right away. She was hanging around a bard for a while. I don't know how close they were, but she also had another suitor.
Someone from the city?
No, a charcoal burner. I heard he was from somewhere in the, Verchlitz Valley. I think his name was Barton?
Ooh.
What do you know about that bard?
What about him? He's a minstrel, a skirt chaser. What more can I say? He called himself William.
Ooh.
As far as I know, he plays in the Miners' Tavern in the evenings. But sometimes he shows up here, too.
You think he might have been the one who...
Now that you mention it, he cleared out of town for a while and only came back not long ago. It could be him, all right. I know he met with some odd people and talked about God knows what. Like bloody spies. Besides, you know what minstrels are like. Lasses just flock to them. And like they say, opportunity makes the thief.
Or in this case,
the murderer.
Apart from those men, did anyone else know Stanya? I mean, more intimately.
Well, I got bad news for you. She had two close friends, but you won't get much out of either of them.
Why?
One was hit by a cart, even before Stanya disappeared. And she died. And the other one got married and moved away.
How did Stanya's room look?
The door was wide open. Most of her things were gone, but some remained. And there was blood all over the place.
Blood? Was there a lot?
Not so much, really. More like hand or footprints. But they were near everywhere. If someone done her in, they definitely didn't do it in that chamber.
Where can I find this Barton?
I already told you. In the Verchlitz Valley.
Could you be a bit more precise?
I don't know that bloke at all. All I know is he's a charcoal burner. So if I was you, I'd look somewhere around the charcoal kilns.
That's all I need to know.
Well, I'm now starting to like William a bit. He's come up twice now. What we got here? Strand. Hey, Strand.
Are you Sternad? The one that went with Zdenna?
Who the fuck are you?
Just an ordinary bloke who has some questions.
Well then, piss off. You won't get any answers here. All you're gonna get here is a kick in the teeth.
Why so rash? That kind of attitude will do you no favours. Let's make a deal. You tell me everything you know about Zdenna, and I'll make sure you're no worse for wear.
Ah, You're the lord what that whore robbed. Don't worry about it. She weren't nothing but a lying bitch.
So, if I understand correctly, we can make a deal?
For the right price, I'll tell you all I know.
Is this the right price?
You fucking bet it is. Ask away and I'll tell you everything.
Should have beat the crap out of him.
Where can I find Zdenna?
Aye. That's what I like to fucking know too. Last time I saw her... Well, that'd be back when she managed to fleece you.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to find her.
I can well imagine. Well, she went to Ravstein Mill. It's quite a long ways away. She had some unfinished business with some bloke called Pint. Ain't nobody seen her since then.
What can you tell me about Zdenna?
What do you want to hear? I try to keep her out of trouble, but there's just no helping some women.
So you were taking care of her?
Well, just in front of the others. Other than that, she did what she wanted. Always made her mind up and did things her own way.
So you weren't too fond of her?
Not really, no. But she did have a knack for making coin.
Did she have any friends or lovers who'd know more? Did anybody come here to see her?
Who come to see that bitch? She was always off somewhere, seeing someone.
Although
once...
Someone came to see her?
William the Minstrel.
Aye. Some stuffed frock came here once. All old and decrepit. He said he had some job for her. That she should leave behind her sinful life and all that shit. But he left empty-handed. She told him to go to hell.
Do you know who that priest was?
Some fucking Prokop or Pravoslav or some such shit. But that reminds me, I saw her a couple of times with another bastard. That fucking bard, William.
And could she have run away with this bard, William?
With that lily-livered fop? Well, he ain't been seen in town for some time, but I think someone was out to get him. He still don't come here no more. He plucks that loot of his in the miners' tavern. The wee shit.
What do you know about this priest?
Not much. Seems they knew each other from before, and he had some job for her somewhere, serving as a maid or something. But she weren't stupid. She told him to fuck right off.
And did he go?
Aye, indeed. He didn't look like the kind of fella that'd knock some sense into a woman. I think he just told her if she changed her mind to come and see him, or some shit like that.
And could she have changed her mind and gone to him? And that's why nobody's seen her?
No, no. She took off. I'm sure about that.
I've heard enough.
Thanks, boss. All right, so we have to. So So William keeps coming up, and the priest has now come up again. So let's see what we've got here. So we've got. Let's fast travel to Devil's Den. Okay, we're not welcome in Rabosh. Okay, so we've got learn more about Zdenna. Find out what happened to Stanya. And question William. Okay. So let's do William. So we're coming up on the right time to question William. Yeah, do we have to perfume up again? Let's have a look. No, we're good. Yeah, Muskie. Alright, so William is I, and he is there. Right. And then tomorrow morning we'll take Pebbles the Wonder Horse and go for a trot out into the countryside. There we go. Townsman. Hey. Bard William. William Zibard. Let's give it a
It's
bit
William, right?
I need
I
to talk to you,
you.
Sunshine.
What is it? Do we know each other?
Yes.
Do I owe you money?
Yes, you do.
My name's Henry.
Lots of money.
And no, we don't know each other, and you don't owe me money. But we do have something in common. We have a lot of mutual friends.
Lot of mutual
What?
friends.
What do you want of me? I don't have to talk to you.
Oh, yes, you do. Well, I could fork tongue the hard.
Well,
easy.
You don't have to, that's true.
But you
But
should.
you should.
It's in your own best interest.
It's in your own best interest.
What are you talking about?
Oh.
If you don't start giving me some answers right now, I reckon you'll end up begging in the streets. Because I'll break all your fingers, and you'll never play the lute again, you miserable minstrel.
What? No! Come on, I didn't do anything!
No, yes, you
Stop whining and talk, or I'll be the one doing something to you.
Come on. All right, then. Ask away.
Alright.
Did you know Alice?
I know a lot of Alice's. You have to be more specific.
The one they found dead somewhere below the town walls.
Oh, her. I didn't know her, but I heard about it.
I heard she used to go to dances.
Yeah, and? I'm not the only musician in the city. I really didn't know her.
Bull dust.
They say she had a rich young suitor. Do you know anything about that?
Me? Do I look rich to you? I get paid in food.
But you could at least pass yourself off as wealthy.
Or I could claim to be the Virgin Mary, but I doubt anyone would believe me.
And did you ever meet Yarka? It was a long time ago, but I heard she used to hang around you a lot. And Father Prokop didn't like it.
Oh, that one. Aye, she was very keen on my company for a while, but then she stopped coming.
Because somebody killed her?
I know what happened was a tragedy, but it wasn't my fault. She stopped talking to me long before that. Honest.
And did you know she was pregnant?
What? Yarka was... That's horrible. Who would kill a pregnant woman?
That's what I'd like to find out. What about the unwilling father-to-be? It wouldn't happen to be yours, would it?
What? Mine? I never even got under her skirt. We just flirted a bit, and then she stopped coming by.
And can you tell me anything else about it?
I don't know anything. It was a long time ago. You said so yourself.
And I hear you knew Stanya.
Which one do you mean?
The alehouse wench from the hole. I heard you had something with her too.
Well, she batted her eyes at me a couple of times when I was still playing there. A nice girl, but I didn't know her much.
And the innkeeper Mole told me a different story. He said you were the one coming on to her.
Fine, we had a bit of fun together. But she was always the one who started it.
And aren't you just saying that because she left you?
Oh, come on! I could have any woman, if I wanted. The innkeeper must have got it mixed up. He's an old drunkard after all. If I was you, I wouldn't take him too seriously.
And what about Zdena? You knew her, right?
Do I know Zdena? As wild as the wind and always full of life. And those nimble fingers. You always had to check your purse around her.
Did she steal something from you?
A travelling minstrel doesn't have much to steal, but she was well aware of that. She was on the lookout for some better prey.
You don't happen to know who she wanted to rob?
There were lots. Anyone she thought was rich enough who let her ply her charms for a while. Like young von Groller. When he started coming here, she got to him right away. Said she was going to rob him blind. Far as I know, she didn't succeed. If she robbed a noble like von Groller, word would get around. Look, why are you asking me about all this? You don't seriously think I killed her, do you?
Yes.
Well, you did know them all.
And? I'm surely not the only one.
That may be true. But everybody knows you're a skirt chaser, and they were all pretty girls. And now, they're dead.
But I had nothing to do with it!
I don't believe a word you say, and I'll make certain you pay for your deeds.
You're out of your mind! I didn't do nothing to those girls. Nobody will believe you.
We'll see about that.
It's filthy again! Damn it!
I apologize.
I'm actually not sold that it was him. Oh, we tried this joint. There's no room aboard here. Alright, it's too late to go try the charcoal burners. No, so we've got no where really down here to stay. So let's we have to do it Rootard Palace. Oh, we got to, yeah, that's main quest. Alright, let's go. Yeah, back to Town Hall. It's still pretty early, but... Oh.
One beer, please!
Is there anything else we can do? Don't really want to take on any. No, I think we'll leave this episode here. When we come back, it'll be the morning, and we will be off to. We'll be off and about. We'll be heading down here to see if we can work out what's going on with Stania and check out the other one as well. So yes, I want to thank you all for joining us. If you enjoyed this episode of Kingdom Come Deliverance II, please remember to leave a like, thumbs up, all that good stuff. If you're new to the channel and want to see more, please subscribe, hit that notification icon, and comments. Please feel free to leave comments because your support is amazing and greatly appreciated. So yes, thanks again, and until next time when we get out and about and try and do mutt things, yeah, laters.